sad story. Oh, sad story.
Both sides of a story.
It's a sad story. Oh, sad story. Oh, sad story.
Both sides of a story. Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Hour 106.
I know what the caged bird feels. Alas, when the sun is bright on the upland slopes, when the wind stirs soft through the springing grass, and the river flows like a stream of glass, when the first bird sings and the first bud opes, and the faint perfume from its chalice steals, I know what the caged bird feels. I know why the caged bird beats his wing till its blood is red on the cruel bars, for he must fly back to his perch and cling when he fain would be on the bow a swing, and a pain still throbs in the old scars, and they pulse again with a keener sting. I know why he beats his wing. I know why the caged bird sings, ah, me, when his wing is bruised and his bosom sore. When he beats his bars, he would be free. It is not a carol of joy or glee, but a prayer that he sends from his heart's deep core, but a plea that upward to heaven he flings. I know why the caged bird sings.
Well, it seems like I've fallen in your trap again. And it seems like I've been wearing the same old thing. But good must conquer evil, and truth will set me free. So you see that somewhere I have found you. Yes, you see that somewhere I have found the key. Well, it seems like I've been sleeping in your bed too long. And it seems like you've been planning to do me wrong. But evil concentrated must be disintegrated. So you see that I'll be walking out again. Yes, you see that I'll be walking out again.
Trapped, oh yeah, trapped, oh yeah, trapped, oh yeah, trapped, oh yeah.
Seems like I've been playing the game for much too long.
And it seems the game I played has made you strong. But when this game is over, I won't end up the loser.
And you
Know that I'll be walking out again.
yes, you'll
Be walking out again. Now I'm trapped. Oh yeah, trapped. Oh yeah, trapped. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Cause it seems like I'm falling into a trap again. And it seems like I'm wearing the same old thing. But when this game is over, I won't end up the loser. And you know that I'll be walking out again. Yes, you know that I'll be walking out again. Trapped. Oh yeah. 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 And I'm in the trap. Oh yeah. Trap. Oh yeah. Trap. Oh yeah.
We started out this afternoon with a piece entitled Sympathy by Paul Lawrence Dunbar. That Lawrence is spelled Laurence. Paul Lawrence Dunbar, Sympathy. And so if you ever wondered where the term comes from, I know what the caged bird feels, or I know what the caged bird sings, etc., etc. All of that would have been inspired and would have come from the work of Paul Lawrence Dunbar. That's where Maya Angelou got those terms from and those phrases from this piece, Sympathy by Paul Lawrence Dunbar. So that's how we started, and we matched it with the unmistakable sound of Jimmy Cliff. Trapped. Let's get on with it. It's the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, the Decade of Action for Road Safety, and the UN International Decade of Indigenous Languages.
Walk into Marjan's Pharmacy and you will feel better. The service is clearly different. Marjan's Pharmacy, code 876-703-6335. The time by Marjan's Pharmacy is 2:15.
Hello?
Mommy, it's who I ticket. Hush, child. Me no want them see we. But, Mommy, is the census takers? Me not tell them my business.
But, Mommy, they need information about all the households to help make decisions about where to put things like clinics, stores, and new roads.
So?
Come, Mommy. You count, me count, all of count.
Data collection for the census continues. Soon, a census taker will be coming to you. Look out for them and let them know you count. Welcome to the new dimension in eye care, the Optical Zone, offering exceptionally comfortable eyewear. We fill prescriptions and do eye examinations. This complete optical store is conveniently located at Shop 14, York Plaza, Halfway Tree. Telephone 929-8656. The Optical Zone, providing vision for life. Your health is key to your wealth. Suffering from muscle, joint, neck, back, and other pain? The Rehabilitation Institute of the Caribbean, in association with Winchester MRI, Immune Active Denk and Almighty Studios present Rehabilitation Now, a 30-minute feature on physical medicine and rehabilitation for persons overcoming pain or dysfunction from injury or disease that affects muscles, tendons, nerves, and joints. Rehabilitation Now with rehabilitation physician Dr. Paula Dawson and host Alicia Taylor airs every Friday at 3:30 p.m. during Both Sides of the Story with Dervan Malcolm on Power 106. Free your body from aches and pain with Rehabilitation Now, right here on Power 106 FM.
It's the 17th day of the third month of 2023, the International Year of Millets. A millet is a cereal grown in warm countries and regions with poor soils, bearing a large crop of small seeds, which are chiefly used to make flour. 2023 is also the International Year of Dialogue as a guarantee of peace. Here in Jamaica and in the United States, the month of March is being observed as Intellectual Disabilities Awareness Month. Also in the US, March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, Endometriosis Awareness Month, and Salt Awareness Month. And in the UK, March is also Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. In fact, March is Women's History Month. The people of Bangladesh are celebrating the birthday of Banga Nadu. It's Campfire Boys and Girls Founders Day in the USA and Evacuation Day in Boston, which is also in the US. And Christians around the world, not least among them, celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Today is the day, St. Patrick's Day. Hoy es viernes el 17 de marzo 2023 y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa, Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado, porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones. Y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos. C'est vendredi le 17 mars 2023 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service par une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme allant de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue. All we are saying is it's Friday, the 17th of March, 2023, and we greet you well wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
Well, it seems like I've fallen in your trap again. And it seems like I've been wearing the same old thing. But good must conquer evil, and truth will set me free. So you see that somewhere I have found a key. Yes, you see that somewhere I have found a key. Well, it seems like I've been sleeping in your bed.
As we indicated at the start, it's St. Patrick's Day. Hello to the Irish listening to us or watching us wherever in the world you are, not least of all in Ireland. St. Patrick, circa about 389, circa. St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland, was born. In fact, it was on this day in 461 AD that St. Patrick, the Christian missionary, bishop, and apostle of Ireland, died at Saul in Downpatrick, Ireland. Much of what is known about Patrick's legendary life comes from the Confessio, a book he wrote during his last years. Born in Great Britain, probably in Scotland, to a well-to-do Christian family of Roman citizenship, Patrick was captured and enslaved at age 16 by Irish marauders. For the next 6 years, he worked as a herder in Ireland, turning to a deepening religious faith for comfort. Following the counsel of a voice he heard in a dream one night, he escaped and found passage on a ship to Britain, where he was eventually reunited with his family. According to the Confessio, in Britain, Patrick had another dream in which an individual named Victoricus gave him a letter entitled The Voice of the Irish. As he read it, Patrick seemed to hear the voices of Irishmen pleading him to return to their country and walk among them once more. After studying for the priesthood, Patrick was ordained a bishop. He arrived in Ireland in 433 and began preaching the gospel, converting many thousands of Irish and building churches around the country. After 40 years of living in poverty, teaching, traveling, and working tirelessly, Patrick died on March 17, 461 in Saul, where he had built his first church. Since that time, countless legends have grown up around Patrick. Made the patron saint of Ireland, he is said to have baptized hundreds of people on a single day and to have used a three-leaf clover, the famous shamrock, to describe the Holy Trinity. In art, he's often portrayed trampling on snakes in accordance with the belief that he drove those reptiles out of Ireland. For thousands of years, the Irish have observed the day of St. Patrick's death as a religious holiday, attending church in the morning and celebrating with food and drink in the afternoon. The first St. Patrick's Day parade, though, took place not in Ireland, but in the United States, when Irish soldiers serving in the English military marched through New York City in 1762. As the years went on, the parades became a show of unity and strength for persecuted Irish American immigrants, and then a popular celebration of Irish American heritage. The party went global in 1995 when the Irish government began a large-scale campaign to market St. Patrick's Day as a way of driving tourism and showcasing Ireland's many charms to the rest of the world. Today, March 17, is a day of international celebration as millions of people around the globe put on their best green clothing to drink beer, watch parades, and toast the luck of the Irish. And a reminder to the young people listening, you have to be 18 and older to drink. And so that's a bit of the history. And then, as we said, 1762 in New York City, the first parade honoring the Catholic feast day of St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland, was held by Irish soldiers serving in the British Army. Speaking of the British, on this day in 1776, British forces were forced to evacuate Boston following General George Washington's successful placement of fortifications and cannons on Dorchester Heights, which overlooks the city from the south. And we'll have some more for you as the program progresses. Every now and then we get a little nudge here and there. Hey, what about the history? We didn't hear any history today, etc. All right, we'll perhaps try and share some more with you a little later on. In the meantime, let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can also call us via WhatsApp. That number is 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. And so we look forward to your usual participation. After all, it is your program, Both Sides of the Story, here on Power 106 FM. And we thank you very much for your patronage, for your listenership and support here on the program. Let's greet those who have joined us since the last time we checked. Let's see. Natalie Winter says, hey, Dervan, hello to all from wet weather, Washington Gardens. Enjoy the rest of the day. And you do likewise, Natalie. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:30.
Hello, good afternoon. We should say good afternoon as well to Cherry Henry, who has joined us. She says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and listeners. We are having lots of rain. We just have to thank God for it. The earth was so dry. Well, so it is. Thank you very much for your message, Cherry Henry. All the very best. Good afternoon, Jamaica time, to Asha Ash. She says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan. Just tuning in from London, England. Let me know when you cut your record. I hear you. Thank you very much for your message. Let's go to a call coming through on our text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Brother Dervan.
Good afternoon.
African here, long time, you know.
Welcome.
You know, we would like an estimate of the figure of money what them take from the housing trust from them just start take it out till now.
Who's them?
The PNP and the JLP.
Did you miss Dr. Nigel Clark's explanation a few minutes before 2 o'clock?
Yeah, but the figure didn't sound right.
Well, if the figure was wrong, we would have known that a long time ago, wouldn't we?
I think the previous government used to take out 11 billion per year, and this government now is taking out 13.5.
No, you're talking about two different governments which have done the same thing. It's the same figure.
No, sir. This government talk about 13.5 when them did not take it out.
Well, the finance minister, that's why I asked you if you were listening.
Yeah.
He went back to 2013 and worked his way up. And this is the figure he was mentioning.
So that 13.5.
I don't know about 13. I think what he said was 11.5 billion.
When them did not take the 4-year money one time, because them used to take it 1 year at a time, you know. And them said them got to add up and take out 4-year money one time. And it was 13.5 billion.
Well, I can only go on the information provided by the person who occupies the office now, which is because the question was being asked. That's why Simon Crosskill hurriedly got the finance minister on the line to explain these matters. And so I asked you if you were listening.
But him didn't ask him how much him take out per year. Him just asked him about 11 million, what him know about. But I hear about 13.5. Him see him one talk about 13.5. So if him could clarify it for us, it would be good because it's in the media.
Yeah, well, that sounds like another interview with Dr. Nigel Clark.
Yes, Brother Dervan.
Uh-huh.
All right, that's it, and give thanks for your day, yeah?
All right, take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Honorable Wagwan, man.
I'm here giving thanks for life as usual. How about you?
Oh, we all have to give thanks to life. You know, the greatest possession a man or a woman could have. You know?
Uh-huh.
They will glorify life and the mighty life giver. Yes, would they a little Wagwan on the radio. I don't know if you could have used your eye office as a talk show host and get the most honorable Prime Minister.
My late mother used to say, high seat, kill Miss Thomas Puss. So we're not into that.
All right, you know say you're lying and you're no good. Anyway, on a serious note,
Uh-huh.
with a love you give the Prime Minister, like how you're the Finance Minister like while on the program.
Uh-huh.
And I love the Prime Minister to come on your program. Give him a courtesy call. And I love to have a talk with him, a public talk, you know, paramount important, you know. So, Mr. Prime Minister, I love to come on this program now. I love to reason with the eye publicly, you know, on the subject of repatriation. Prime Minister Andrew Holmes, I love to come on the radio and make with speak, you know.
Well, let's.
So, I told me if you can't send it out for me.
Well, you have put it out there in the public domain.
Yes, I hope we don't find him too busy. You know?
Yeah.
Come on the media here.
Well, if he wasn't busy, you perhaps wouldn't be happy.
If he wasn't busy?
Mm-hmm. Because you would be wondering, what is he being paid for if not to be busy making a difference? Mm.
But I won't go there to this point in time. You know, because I know when get there, you know?
Oh.
Anyway, for me I say still, What about lifting high these royal banners as a black population of people on the island here? The red, black, and green Pan-African banner, Marcus Garvey banner, and the red, gold, and green banner. The strength and pride of an African sovereignty that we have with us, in us, and amongst us as a black population here in Jamaica. We come from us, you know, straight to the world, to Ethiopia, crown here. What about lifting high these royal banners as a black population in Jamaica? What do you think about that?
Put it in writing and submit it to the Prime Minister's office.
And what do you think about it?
That is dependent on those who have the wherewithal to make those decisions. Those decisions are made at a high level. So it's a function of whether it is deemed necessary to pursue such an end.
Okay, because these banners have been flown amongst us, you know, the black population here in Jamaica, you know. The red, black, and green, and the red, gold, and green are people movements here in Jamaica. We stand to freedom, redemption, international repatriation. Stand to learn every man and woman under his or her own finance victory, you know. Man say Europe for the Europeans, China for the Chinese, India for the Indians, Jamaica for our Indians, and Africa is the I black sons and daughters of the world, you know. So we give thanks to this principle, you know. They could bring forth a universal world peace, reign of peace, you know. By every man work and build in own nation, you know, in own kingdom, you know. So we are here in Jamaica, you know, so we're calling upon the government, which is charged government here in Jamaica, you know, to set us free to return home to our historical home, you know. And we are Prime Minister Andrew Holness talk about the chosen people of God, you know. But we go through peer hardship and was colonized by an oppressive power, which him is the leader of our oppressive power, you know, a constitutional monarchy system of government, you know. So we're calling upon him at this point in time to set us free under the banners of the red, black, and green, and the red, gold, and green banner to return home to our farmer heaven, a royal, sovereign, nation-wealth kingdom. Not Commonwealth, you know. Commonwealth is Britain, you know, slavery, you know. But nation-wealth is something, you know. Africa, with all its natural wealth and resources, is the I black sons and daughters of the world, you know. The man said nothing until all I stand and speak as free beings, equal in the eyes of the Almighty, you know. The African continent shall not know peace, you know. So we're calling upon our honorable brothers and sisters, black sons and daughters of the world, to reach for the stars of equality and justice that is in Africa for us, Ethiopia, you know, and the continent for us, you know.
We hear you.
It's go on too long in this judgment job, you know.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for the call. Take care.
Repatriation, you know.
All right. We hear you. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, 876-922-4112-5. The numbers to call. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Professor Dervan Malcolm.
You're very kind. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to all the listeners from Nickel Point to Moran Point. Dervan.
Yes, sir.
I hear everybody talking about salary increase and increase all about. But I don't hear anybody talking about an increase for Dervan Malcolm.
Really?
No, I don't hear anybody talk. You hear anybody talking about an increase for you, Dervan Malcolm?
No, why would they do that?
Well, we, the people who listen to you on a daily basis, I know your true words are going to give you a formula for an increase for you, Dervan Malcolm, now.
Oh.
Mr. Malcolm, I've been tracking you on the YouTube. And I see we have approximately 1,370 something subscribers.
That's
I'm calling upon all the subscribers of both sides of the story to tell 10 people who you know about the program. And when you tell them where to find the program and let them download it and subscribe it to the program. And keep telling 10 persons every day. And by Christmas, we want to increase the subscribership to both sides of the story to about 100,000. Where this program can earn some valuable YouTube revenue, Mr. Malcolm, to keep the program alive.
Well, thanks for your kind consideration. Let's see how that goes.
Yes, and I tell you, I never caught working on that every day in Portmore and in Kingston and St. Andrew to tell the people about this program. Because it is only a program like this will make the budget presentation of Mr. Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister, manifest itself on the ground. And let me tell you why, Mr. Malcolm. Mr. Malcolm. Hello?
I'm listening.
What does radam mean? Radam, is radam a French, Spanish, or English word?
I have no idea. I learned of that term by just pop-ups online and people, where was it? On TikTok? Somebody said it and I was wondering what that was all about.
Well, let me tell you this. Are you a school man the other day and tell him that there's no such thing as bad word?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
And when I heard you tell him that, I know so you know what you're saying. When we were trapped in slavery, the slaves were so suppressed because they took away the language from them, they took away the religion from them, and they separated them from their families. And they had to coin words to communicate to each other. And the words that they were using, the English could not understand it, and they called it bad word. And so the word bad word was entrenched in the Jamaican culture.
Yeah, it is a social construct. That's what it is.
Thank you. You see him like radam?
Mm-hmm.
Radam is a social construct. You see when people don't mean you no good, and they want to wipe you out of them way, and they destroy you, they say, radam. That's a Jamaican Creole.
I see.
Just like how we have, I'll tell you some words that we have created in our culture. Baby mother, baby father, and bad mind. And we have now created radam. When I listened to the Prime Minister speak yesterday in the Parliament, it was a good speech. But you know, the Prime Minister used the word radam in our Parliament, and they also played the JLP anthem in our Parliament.
One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45.
Strongback tonic wine is made with 100% natural Jamaican blends of herbs and spices formulated to strengthen the back, settle the nerves, and enhance your sexual performance. Strongback tonic wine is available in all major supermarkets and wholesale island-wide. For more information, you can call us 876-749-1286, 876-667-0489, or visit us at 53 Wellington Street, Spanish Town. Strongback tonic wine. Straighten your back to make the attack.
Monkeypox is in Jamaica. If you are experiencing fever, intense headache, muscle aches, and or rash on the skin, you must isolate immediately and call ahead to your health center or doctor before visiting. All members of the public should wear a mask, frequently wash hands, and practice physical distancing. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Tune in to Farm Talk every second and third Tuesday of each month at 6:18 a.m. for the feature Hyper Food Independence. Hyper Food Independence will focus on solutions for farmers, such as land, animal husbandry, agronomy, and more. That's Hyper Food Independence every second and third Tuesday from 6:18 to 6:30 a.m. during Farm Talk, only on Power 106 FM. Hyper Food Independence is sponsored by Hypro. This segment during both sides of the story is sponsored by the Optical Zone.
Thanks for holding here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. You use the word bad mind. Well, it's actually bad minded, and it is attributed to the West Indies. It's West Indian, the term we're told, West Indian, which usually when you say West Indian, you're talking more about Jamaican than anything else. But it obviously it means malicious, unsympathetic, or cynical, bad-minded, BAD hyphen MINDED. So,
Mr. Malcolm,
yes, sir.
you know that bad mind works than obia.
Indeed, I know the Jamaican expression.
And you know bad mind cannot wash up. And when you add radam to that tonight, when you add radam to bad mind, you know, it's like you're dropping an atomic bomb on a people. The Prime Minister said radam to the criminal, and then he tell them that they can go to art for four up to stage 4 without.
Well, assuming they claim the label.
Assuming they claim the label. Thank you, my professor. Mm-hmm. So I see an entrepreneur opportunity in that statement that he made yesterday. Mm-hmm. And I documented last night and put it on my agenda. Mr. Malcolm, I am going to seek 100 young males between the age of 10 to 16. I'm going to search them out all over the communities that I roam. And I'm going to volunteer to help who is willing to want to get help to go into the Art Academy to get some accreditation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we hear you.
Oh. Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you.
The minimum wage of 13,000 that's going to be on the ground as of when? The 1st of April?
1st of April, yes.
When you pay a woman that minimum wage, let's say they're working in the cash pot. The cash pot is one of the most secure cash flow workstation in the country today. It is more secure than all the corner shops, all the bars, all the barber and all of those places, because a lot of those corner shop workers are going to lose their work because of this 13,000 minimum wage, because the business is not properly structured and they don't want to merge. Okay?
We maybe need to measure these things a little more, because we always hear this over the years as we listen to budget debates and analyses. We're usually told of the impact that raising the minimum wage will have, especially on the middle class and those who are barely anywhere near the middle class. So, but I've just never seen or heard a sustained debate or discussion on this subject. It's almost as if you talk about it when the announcement is made, and then there's nothing after that. Back to normal.
Just abstract.
Mm-hmm.
So the labor, it is the Ministry of Labor who is supposed to protect labor in our economy and ensure that these small, medium enterprises is adhere to what the Prime Minister put in the Parliament yesterday and going to gazette it to them. Because when you can pay a woman $13,000 a week for her labor, you can't pay a man that, you know. Because the male have more responsibility to the home than the female. And when you check on the ground, like where I am standing right now in Independence City, and you hear the people them talking about the minimum wage at the gas station and in the corner shop, etc. A lot of them worry that they might lose their work based on the structure of the business.
Well, having said that, as you mentioned, losing your work, no, it's not a bad time to lose your work, it seems, because I've never in my short time on this earth seen so many in your face requests for applications for job opportunities. Whatever we think of the jobs themselves, there is that demand for labor at this time.
But Mr. is undermining these works because they cannot multitask.
But the experts tell us that technically speaking, we cannot multitask. The experts have told us that.
Yes.
That you can't be focused on 5 different moving parts. In fact, I know of a young man who works in a factory, and he will tell you they're so strict. It's just like with the truckers in America, where you have to take your get your sleep in at a for a certain number of hours, etc., etc. Similar situation. So this business that we say we're multitasking, we can try, but the experts, I've put the question to them on more than one occasion. They say, technically speaking, you can't.
So, Mr. Malcolm, where the creativity going to come from?
That's not going to stop the creativity from flowing. Only you can stop that creativity from flowing. Had the creativity stopped, we perhaps there wouldn't be this microphone in front of me, and you wouldn't have a device on which you can listen to us.
You know what I saw you doing yesterday in the studio?
What's that?
When the budget debate went out, when the mic wasn't working,
Yes.
you switch over to a different task because of your flexibility.
Yeah.
And when the mic first came up, I see you take out a device out and put the device at the mic. Your flexibility is great, Mr. Malcolm.
Yeah, well, it's called experience.
Experience and training.
And training, yes.
Yeah. Most of the people who used to work the minimum wage, Mr. Malcolm, they do have 5 CHC. And that is one of my mission right now, to help them to get at least 5 CHC to meet what is coming.
Yeah. But of course, always leaving some kind of an opening for those who are more inclined to pursuing vocational occupations.
Thank you, Mr. Malcolm. Because what I see up now is that the working capital that is on the ground and the loss that I see out there now for money is going to be very serious going forward in terms of individual earning money in this country. There's going to be a lot of competition. Because the fast food sector is now telling the world that they might have to employ robots in their fast food place because their working capital cannot keep up with minimum wage all over the world. And as a result of that, robotic sales has gone up 40 to 60% in Singapore.
But you know, I've discussed this with students before, and they say to me, "But sir, if they bring in the robots, they're not going to need people anymore." And I usually ask them, who created the robots? Who's creating the robots?
Exactly.
You know, and aren't there shouldn't it be a case then for preparing for other streams of income that would come from a situation where you have to maintain these robots and be a part of the construction, the manufacturing of the parts for these robots, replacement parts, etc.
Thank you, Mr. Malcolm, because these capitalists, they are always going to need people to consume their goods and services.
There you go.
Yeah, and that is one of my objectives based on the Prime Minister's speech.
Yeah.
Because I know there's going to be a lot of fallout on the ground in terms of money. People going to want more money for their time, more money for their labor. They want to charge me. Some people will charge me sometimes to talk to them, Mr. Malcolm.
Oh, wow.
I can't go in front of my lawyer without going to see me, Mr. Malcolm.
Well, this is the professionalization, if I can use that term. The professionalization of work is important.
Very important.
Because one of the things we have been saying is that we I don't know, I haven't heard from the Jamaica Employers Federation in a while, but between the Employers Federation, the trade unionists, etc., and hosting some kind of confab where they examine current trends in terms of pay scales and pay grades, so that we are setting a particular standard. Because one of the things in this country is that the wages are low. We have so many low situations of low wages. And when in fact the value of the work is much more than people are getting paid for right now. Because so we have a lot of work to do in that regard.
Lot of work with our value system, don't you think, my professor?
Absolutely.
Because people just want to just look at you. If they don't
And
like how you look, they just undermine you.
Or sum you up. They just give you what they feel you should get, not what that's a big problem. People say, me just give her money, just all a thing. No, we have to make that we have to draw that line. If we're serious about being able to take care of our families, etc., we have to draw that line.
Yeah, that is one of the education that we as a people have to sit out there and this program, both sides of the story.
Yeah.
Because even though it was a good presentation, Mr. Malcolm.
Yes.
In order for the population to walk the walk and give that person $4,000 extra in the envelope, go pay him NHT, go pay him NIS, go pay him tax so that he can get one of the $7 million house. It's not easy, Mr. Malcolm, for some people to give you back the value for your labor,
True.
And last but not least, Mr. Malcolm, there is the NIS money. I want to talk to Prime Minister, 74%. But I want to warn the people who are not paying NIS and NHT and head tax. Go and file a returns this year, man, so that more can go into the system.
So we can lighten the load of the taxpayers of Jamaica.
Because you can get $7 million to borrow from the NHT now, Mr. Malcolm.
So I gather.
And the Prime Minister said 3 persons can come together and borrow 21 million.
21 million?
Yes, 3 persons come together and identify. And the 3 of them can come together and buy that house. And get 21 million.
I see what you mean.
Live in that house. But can we live together as a people?
Oh, Lord, don't get us started on that one now, because that's going to take some more time. We have a scheduled interview coming up.
Take care of your program, my professor, and I implore to all of you out there, subscribe to both sides of the story.
You're very kind. Thank you very much.
Take care.
All the best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. There's more after the break.
The preceding segment during Both Sides of the Story was sponsored by the Optical Zone. Contractors, developers, and small builders. Contact Coast to Coast Group of Companies for high-quality concrete products. The time by Coast to Coast
Got it.
Well, it seems like I've fallen in your trap again. And it seems like I'll be wearing the same old thing. But good must conquer evil, and truth will set me free. So you see that somewhere I have found a key. Yes, you see that somewhere I have found a key.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and we thank you for your indulgence. We'll take more of your calls in a while, but we have some business to clear, and we're going to begin as we say good afternoon and welcome to Ingrid Larmond. Good afternoon to you. How are you?
I am good. Good afternoon to you. How are you?
I am fine, thanks. Thank you so much for joining us here on Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM.
Hi, you are most welcome.
Wonderful. What is kingdom culture?
Oh my goodness. Kingdom culture is just a group of Christian friends who really just come together to influence Jamaica's culture with kingdom principles through arts and entertainment. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And this event that or experience that we've been hearing about, is it the first time that it will be held in Jamaica?
It is the first time that it will be held.
Mm-hmm. And so let's give our listeners an idea of well, let's go back a bit and talk about the mission of the organization, Kingdom Culture.
Yeah, that's really what it is. We just want to change the face of Christian entertainment
Mm-hmm.
and change the face of Jamaica's culture. Just trying to influence Jamaica's culture with arts and with Christian principles. We have a very vibrant culture in Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
but we believe that it's missing a little bit of kingdom in it.
Yes. And is this a Jamaican experience or an experience that moves from where to wherever the need arises?
I don't know. I don't want to say that's what it is, but it's inspired by the story of the Samaritan woman, how her encounter with Jesus changed her life, but also changed the lives of those in her city. So, I mean, I guess if God wants us to take it to Trinidad, we will do so. If He wants us to take it to Antigua, we'll do so. But in the meantime, this is where, He has access to have it, and as Jamaicans, we're doing it right now.
And what about the idea of the well encounter? What is that? How did that idea come about? And
like I said, it's inspired by the Samaritan woman's story. She met Jesus at the well.
okay,
Went to get her water,
Mhm.
and the well is a meeting place.
Right.
And she met Jesus.
Now we heard that Maverick City had a clean sweep at the Grammys, tied with
Yeah.
Beyonce for most wins. How does this relate to the well encounter and its lineup?
I don't know if it relates to the lineup, but I know for sure for them having a creative gospel music history by winning or sweeping the Grammys and then coming to Jamaica, then it's really amazing.
Mm-hmm. Could you explain the event's beneficiaries and the impact it will have on the community?
Wow, I mean, it's Food for the Poor's 40th anniversary, and of course, giving to the community in the social way in which Food for the Poor does, from housing to food and all that kind of stuff, it's definitely impactful. So we thought it was great for us to partner with Food for the Poor in their 40th year to donate to them profits from the event, and I'm sure the impact will be great. They're doing in their 40th year, they're really all about sustainable income instead of kind of giving someone a fish. They want to teach them how to fish, so they're going to be helping persons in the community to start and operate their own businesses. And so we're going to be a part of that, and it's an exciting thing to do that.
Can you tell us about the official donation agreement signed during the press conference?
I thought it was important for us to do so publicly so that we can also have the public join in on the mission, on the plan to help food for the poor, to change the lives of others in our communities. So we got together with the marketing and development managers to sign that agreement at our press conference earlier in January.
We understand that guests are encouraged to bring canned foods or goods to donate to Food for the Poor. Can you give us a little more on this initiative?
Yes, we thought that not only do we want to give them cash, but we want to give food for the poor kind. So we're asking everyone, again, that everyone can participate, so that you just bring something from your cupboard, whether it's a can of sardine, a can of mackerel, a can of corned beef, whatever it is, and Food for the Poor, who serves well over 300,000 persons in our communities, will be able to help to use it to make an impact.
And did you have a postponement of the event recently?
We did. We did.
What caused that?
That was really late payment to our international gospel music ministers, in that the payment should have been made and one day was made late. And that's really what caused the postponement.
Yes. Now, can you give us an update on the availability of additional ticket outlets, or just the ticket outlets in general?
Well, we've actually added more ticket outlets. So right now you can get them at Sanctus bookstores across the island, Montego Bay, West Sovereign, New Kingston, Crossroads, where else? Portmore Pines and Spanish Stone. You can also get them at Fontana Pharmacy, Manchester Shopping Center. You can get tickets at Fontana Pharmacy, 8 Rivers, Ocho, as well as the Supermed family of pharmacies across the island, Port Maria, Portland, Papine, as well as St. Thomas. But the easiest way to get your tickets is online at spuropen.com/TWE22. That is spuropen.com/TWE22.
And what can you tell us with respect to, well, we don't want to take it for granted that everybody knows the venue, where and when. When is the event? Where is it?
Yes, so of course it's the Well Encounter with none other than Chandler Moore, Naomi Rain from Maverick City Music, and our very own Kevin Downswell, Colleen Davis, Rhoda Isabella, and Rhonda Positive. And the event is at Sabina Park tomorrow, March 18th. Gates open at 3, so that you can just seamlessly come into the venue, and official start time is 6:30. As we know, the Jamaica House of Prayer will lead us in a time of repentance, which we do believe is it's a necessary thing for us to do as a nation, that we can come together as believers and even non-believers, because as the event is inspired by the Samaritan woman's story, it's a story of an inclusion.
Yes.
So non-believers are included, but that we can all come together, just lay before the Lord in repentance, and then just to raise our hands and our hearts to Him in worship.
And finally, we've heard that a choir has been requested for the event. Is that top secret? Can you tell us more about this and who will be performing?
It was top secret before, but actually it's a request from Chandler. He requested to have a 25-voice choir behind him, and not even just behind him, but he wanted them to feel a part of his band and just really a part of his whole stage presentation. And so some of those members of the choir are some of our very own gospel music ministers, O'Shane Mays, Travell Clark Wine, and others who are well known in our Christian surroundings, the Christian music industries. And so they're excited, we're excited. I mean, Chandler is excited to share with them, and they will be in their sound check today, and I know they're excited about that as well. So it's going to be amazing.
And at the end of the day, what will it take to get you to say to yourself or to your colleagues, yes, mission accomplished?
The will of the Lord is done.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's it. Whatever God wants to do tomorrow, is that we're not locking Him in a box. Whatever our expectations are, is that we're not locking Him or holding Him to that. We're just holding Him to whatever He wants to do, and whatever God wants to do, that's what's going to make the mission accomplished. It doesn't matter how many people are in Sabina Park tomorrow, but that whatever God wants to do, it is done, and that's going to be amazing.
It is done. Thank you so much for sharing with us this afternoon here on your program, Both Sides of the Story. Ingrid Larmond.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All the best.
Yes, thanks a lot.
Bye-bye. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. We were just sharing with you information on the Well Encounter, which takes place tomorrow, Saturday the 18th. Yes, the same event that was postponed or rescheduled. It's happening tomorrow from the gates open at 3 p.m. at Sabina Park in Kingston. And the beneficiaries, Food for the Poor and the Honey Hill Community Transformation Foundation. And they have sponsors on board, Clear Sound, the Sound Chase Fund, Caledonia Outdoor Advertising, and Massey Distributors. And all tickets previously purchased before the postponement are 100% valid. So hope you didn't lose your tickets. And as you heard, additional ticket outlets: St. Mary, Portland, St. Thomas, shuttle service from Manchester, Ocho Rios, Montego Bay, and working at in St. Thomas. And let's see how that goes. We wish them well. All the very best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we're getting ready for our next interview in just a moment. In just a moment, we will take you to another of our guests this afternoon on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And next up, we are going to be sharing with you information on a publication written by a Jamaican. And as soon as we're ready, I will give him a couple more minutes. But the book is called Business Etiquette 101. Business Etiquette 101. And etiquette is a French word, Etiquette. Now we know Jamaicans, you know how we are. We like to, when we're ready to be proper, we're really proper. So some of us tend to say etiquette, but it's not etiquette. It's etiquette. Although it's spelled Etiquette, it is pronounced etiquette. So Business Etiquette 101, the young professional's guide to a successful career. That's the publication by Sheldon Dyer, Dr. Sheldon Dyer, and he's up next in just a moment right here on Both Sides of the Story. And after that, we'll go back to more of your calls. We know there are those of you who have been holding, those of you who plan to call us back, etc. Please bear with us. Let's go to the phone lines. Let's have our guest in just a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15. We grew up as my granny save our money under our mattress. What a old time something. That's where I save my money in the bank and become a wife. Buy a little house, but also saving a building society. We have to be smart with how we save our money.
So, what if the bank crash?
Well, that's where GDIC comes in. Let me tell you something. With the GDIC deposit insurance scheme, once you save your money in a commercial bank, merchant bank, or building society, your deposit is covered up to a maximum of $1.2 million per depositor per financial institution if the institution fails. All the information that you need is available at gdic.org, and you can follow their social media platform for more information. GDIC, protecting deposits for you and me. Seems like I've been playing the game for much.
And thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Good afternoon to Taki Lemqua Bless, saying, well, Taki Lemqua is his or hers Monica, Monikeer. So Taki Lemqua says, bless the downside of the afternoon, Dervan, and all on board. Informative as always, listening from New Jersey. Thank you, Taki Lemqua from New Jersey. Thank you very much for your message. Ricardo from Glengoff in St. Catherine is also on board. Welcome, Ricardo. Good to have you online. And as we said, we are celebrating another Jamaican at this time in terms of work done, and that's Dr. Sheldon Dyer, who is the author of Business Etiquette 101, the Young Professional's Guide to a Successful Career. Dr. Sheldon Dyer, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I am fine, thanks. Thank you so much for joining us here on Both Sides of the Story.
The pleasure is mine. Thanks for having me as a guest.
Pleasure to have you on board. What prompted this publication? How did it come about? Business Etiquette 101, the Young Professional's Guide to a Successful Career.
Well, Dervan, where this sparked from, one, I've always had a passion and a love both reading and writing over the years. And I found myself now with over 20 years of business and leadership experience. And I do partake in several mentorship programs, both for colleges and in the workplace. So for me, it's all about giving back, right? I'm from a household where I've seen my parents display that servant leadership over the years and just helping where they can. And I've developed that passion, right, in the sense for giving back. So this is a way for me to impart not only my knowledge, but the knowledge and experience of others that I've had the privilege of working and engaging with over the years, and taking that, putting that in a package in this book and providing it to others to read and benefit from.
Yes, right. How would you describe your journey from, in terms of where you're coming from, where you are right now, and where you're heading?
It's been a challenging but fun journey. I can tell you from a personal experience, born and raised in Jamaica, like many others, I think we all develop an entrepreneurial spirit at some point early in our lives, right? Just because you don't have the means that you seek or would like to have, you develop a hunger and a passion for more, and that's what's been my motivating factor, just to maybe have a life that others before me didn't have, and provide one that can be an example for my family, right, current and future, and to support relatives and friends as well. So my journey has been one filled with a lot of challenges, but at the same time, a lot of risks and sacrifices along the way. I've learned that you've probably heard the saying, if you want good, you know it's up for run.
That's right.
which means if you desire something really hard and you're dedicated to it, you're passionate to it, you have to sacrifice something, which could be your time spent, whether in a social aspect or otherwise, time with family, time doing some of the other things that you would have loved, just to dedicate yourself to your craft to be successful. So for me, it's been a bumpy road, but at the same time, I'm at a place where I feel privileged to be able to give back.
Is this another book or your first book?
This is the first, and I'd love to say first of many. Based on the feedback that I've gotten so far, it tells me that the readers enjoy this. Mm-hmm. It's been all positive, so I'm excited, and this is my first project, and I've spent quite a bit of time putting this together, So the product is well received, and it does excite me and is encouraging me to hopefully do more.
And how well received? That's a good thing. How accessible? How can people, those listening to us at home and abroad, get their copy of Business Etiquette 101, the Young Professional's Guide to a Successful Career? That's question number one. And number two, why? Why should they make that conscious effort to get a copy of Business Etiquette 101?
A great question. Very important as well. The first one, where and how they can obtain a copy. It's currently available on all major online platforms, and two of the most common ones being Barnes and Noble as well as Amazon. But the book is available in 7 different countries at this point. Some of the large countries that we might be familiar with: U.S., Canada, U.K., Germany, France, Italy, and Australia. So it is in the marketplace. It's available online. You can get it in a Kindle format, or you can get it in the hardcover format as well from Amazon, which is accessible to everyone today.
Yeah.
I'm also working on retail stores. So a lot of places, a lot of stores locally, Sangsters, we're actually working on a deal right now to get this book in their stores, as well as the Kingston bookstore front. So a lot of good things in the works to get the book accessible locally, and it is accessible online today to our readers.
And you've been doing quite a bit of traveling in a manner of speaking as well, literally, because you are not speaking to us from Jamaica, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm based in Chicago, Illinois at the moment. And yes, currently doing public speaking events, as well as just a lot of online. Fortunately,
what is that like? Hold on, remember what you're going to say, but what is that like? As you mentioned, public speaking, how do you position yourself to be even considered to enter that space where you're able to empower people and motivate people and encourage people?
Well, one of the titles in my book, Dervan, speaks about being that walking billboard, right? And what that means, and to this question, as far as positioning myself, I feel like wherever you are at all times, you have to present the best package and keep in mind that you represent yourself and your product and everything you're doing. So positioning myself means bringing the credibility from an educational standpoint. Having the doctorate degree does bring a lot of credibility. And from a professional standpoint, with over 20 years of business experience, it does provide me the opportunity to speak on a lot of things that I've seen work for people over the years. So starting from my place of employment to just in my network with other successful professional individuals like yourself and others, it's really just networking with those and put myself in a position where folks can use my results and my credibility and offer that opportunity to me. So that's what's worked for me at this point, and again, very grateful, and I'm capitalizing on that opportunity as we speak.
And there are so many nuggets that we learn in life and that we create as individuals. How do you determine how many of these nuggets to share with potential readers?
Yeah, so how the title Business Etiquette 101 came about, especially, the 101 specifically. So from a college standpoint, for those who've been through that environment, when you start out as a freshman or a sophomore, you take 101 classes, right? That's the starting point. Your 101, then you gradually upgrade to the 200 and 300 advanced level prior to graduation. So for me, the title being focused on young professionals, both entering the workplace in college, or even those tenured professionals. The 101 spoke to, here are the ground rules, right? The key things that you need to do in order to be successful. This is not the typical academic journal or scholarly article, right, that you may read on different topics, the leadership, the motivation, and some other key things that you might read other books about. So this is literally taking 101 practical principles that if you apply it, there will be guaranteed success along the way. So getting to 101 with key was very challenging. And of course, it meant you had to delete some and add a few and edit others. But within the 101, if someone can grasp 50 or 20 or 10 and use those to their advantage towards being successful in whatever avenue they are, I think I've succeeded in my mission. So 101 may not be all applicable. There may be some that the light bulbs will go off and you say, aha, I've done this. I can relate to this. I've tried it. But you will be able to take away from that list that's in the book.
And give us an idea of the various formats or editions that the book is available in. Business Etiquette 101, The Young Professional's Guide to a Successful Career.
So it's currently available in two formats. The Kindle online version, for those of us who have access to the Kindles and other laptops, iPads, tablets, you name it, with that preference. And again, the hardcover, it is in a paperback, it is available in a paperback form for those who would like a hard copy.
Mm-hmm. Right. And what can you tell us with respect to the general, is there a line of communication between you and your potential readers so that they can maybe share, maybe thank you for the publication, follow you online, etc.?
Yes, well, on the Amazon platform, I've gotten a lot of wonderful reviews so far. So folks who've read the book, appreciate them taking the time to go on and add a review, comment, leave a rating on the book. And we've seen that done both on Barnes & Noble and Amazon. I do have a Facebook page, so Sheldon Dyer. If you search me, you'll be able to find me, and you'll see photos of the book, different types of description, some of the interviews that I've done, different clips, and where the book is also available for purchase. So I am on the online platforms of Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and the like.
Well, we encourage our listeners at home and abroad to go and get a copy of Sheldon Dyer's Business Etiquette 101, The Young Professional's Guide to a Successful Career. Thanks a lot, Dr. Sheldon Dyer. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for the time, Dervan. Appreciate the time.
Anytime. Take care. Bye-bye. Dr. Sheldon Dyer, author of Business Etiquette 101, The Young Professional's Guide to a Successful Career. There's more after the break.
Help us protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs-controlled areas.
Hello?
Call Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is 3:30.
But when this game is over.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, taking your calls now, once again, on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. We're going to the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. And the Voice of New York has been holding for 31 minutes and 32 seconds. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please. Good afternoon.
Hi, Dervan. Pleasure to hold great interviews. I like the initiative that these people are coming on with a book. The last one interview, a book out about 101 about businesses. I'm going to try to get that book.
Yeah, you should. Hello? Are you still there? Hello? Oh, hearing you now.
Yes, yes. So I was saying those are great initiatives that, in my opinion, that is a good thing for nation building. A book about business, how to farm a business, I guess, how to prosper a business. I want to try to read a book, and
Sorry, the line was breaking up a while ago, but we're hearing you again now.
Yeah, no, the first interview you had, what's the about again?
The first interview was an event that is being held. It's let me see. I just want to bring up the information. Right. So it's Kingdom Culture. That's the organization, and the experience or event is called the Well Encounter. The Well Encounter, and it's scheduled for Sabina Park tomorrow. Gates open at 3, and the event starts at 6:30 in the evening. Kingdom Culture is described as a fearless collective of Christian creatives, entrepreneurs, and visionaries formed to influence Jamaica's culture through arts and entertainment. They boast a wealth of experience in the music, entertainment, marketing, legal, and finance industries, and they have returned and are ready to announce they just recently announced the new date for the event and the new partnerships. They have some quite a few heavyweights in terms of sponsors as well: Clear Sound, Purity Bakery, Caribbean Dreams, Digicel, Sagicor, Grace Kennedy, Pepsi, Caribbean Dreams. I think we read that one already. And our colleagues at Love 101 FM and Gospel JA FM also on board, and Connect Services, etc. So it seems to be quite an experience. Hearing you now, yes.
Okay. Talking to you yesterday, and I made some comment about what the presentation about. I was going to get into the fact that I think Miss Mervis made a comment on your program about the mass shooting in America.
About the what in America?
Miss Mervis make about the mass shooting in America.
Oh, mass shootings in America, yes.
Yeah, in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I realize, a lot of people in Jamaica, when it comes to math, they do not understand, and they do not, I don't know, they do not understand the mathematical, the mathematical, I don't want to use equation, but the mathematical differences with numbers. So yes, America do have a problem with guns and violence. But when you talk about 100 miles in America, yes, it's a lot. And one is probably more than, probably one is too much. Well, mass shooting is I think, it's 4 critical. But Miss Morris, America has 350 people. The size of the United States is somewhere like 2,000 in Jamaica. 2,000 the size of Jamaica in the United States of America. So yes, it's bad. I mean, when people shot in any city, for example, Memphis, I would want to go to Memphis. to live, because when I look at Memphis, the crime rate there is very bad. I mean, it's almost same to like Jamaica. But I'm 2,000 miles, I'm like over 1,000 miles from Memphis. So it doesn't agree at Jamaica. And Jamaica, by the way...
Sorry, can you get closer to a window or a door? The signal seems to be... You seem to be in an area where the signal is not so consistent. But go ahead.
Yeah.
No, it's not getting any better. But usually...
Hello?
Yes, I don't know. Let's try again, but we lost you a while ago. But go ahead. Yes, yes. Hello? Go ahead, please.
So, for the last I was checking, in Jamaica, in Martin is about 10. In the US, it seems like 100 and whatever, 100 and something, 100. They use 100 for argument's sake. And it was 100 in the US, and it's 10 in Jamaica, that's where speak. The US population is 120 something Jamaica population. So I take Jamaica shooting. I'm speaking right now. And don't talk about the distance of things in the US. And there are pockets of places in the US where you have very violent situation like in Memphis. Compared to, I could live in, for example, in where Richie live in up in Springfield, Massachusetts. Nothing. That's like a 1,500.
Yeah, it's the line is a bit dicey though. It's the worst I've heard it.
Are you ready? One second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The point I'm making is that we have to understand much way that. In other words, when we look at things,
yeah, I got that. I'm just wondering if the extent to which our listeners are getting it, considering that the line has been a little choppy.
Are you better?
I'm hearing a lot of the what you call ambience, the environment, picking up the kind of a hollow sound.
Yeah, sorry, I was moving in the hallway. I hope you hear me a little better.
Yeah.
You're a little better, right?
All right. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I was just hoping that people can understand, because numbers is how we exist in and we talk about mass shooting. Yes, it's in America. America not perfect. I totally agree. It needs to change. One is too much. But we talk about 10 times what's in Jamaica. It's a huge 10 times. It's not one, it's not two, it's 10 times. And that's a big difference. And I agree. Mass shooting in America should be totally agree. But what we can that is 10 or probably more, 10, 15 times more in Jamaica. Not one, not two, not three, but 10 times. So that's what we're talking about. The pockets in America where those things happening versus in the US. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. We might have to wrap it here unless you're able to call back on another line, because the connection today has been bad. I don't know why. I think maybe it has to do with the weather. It sometimes happens. Sometimes it's the cloud cover and so on.
I'm going to call back on the regular line because the YouTube seems like it's not connecting properly.
Yeah.
So I want to make a comment on, but that's okay, Malcolm. I'll leave it there, Mr. Malcolm. I'll leave it there for today.
All right,
But
no
I just want
problem.
to tell Mervis that look at the numbers. You can't just look at the 100 marshals in America versus Jamaica. You have to look at you have to compare numbers. It's very important.
All right. Thank you for the call.
Yeah, man. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. We see Cicilline Fowler online saying hello, all the best to you too, Cicilline Fowler. Joan Edgehill is greeting everybody. Good afternoon, Joan Edgehill in Central Florida. Good to have you on board. Let's go back to the phone lines, 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Malcolm.
Yes, sir.
Nice to hear you, sir. I had a principal, school principal once by the name of Mr. Malcolm when I was in primary school.
That's Wynwood Road Primary and Junior High School?
No, sir.
Oh.
That's called Charlton Primary School in Alexandria.
Oh, St. Anne.
Right, you are. Right.
What's on your mind this afternoon? Thanks for calling.
Yes, sir. Use both sides of the story, and so I just want to touch a little bit on what the Prime Minister said in his budget presentation yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Re the Heart Trust NTA.
Yes, Heart NSTA Trust.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The youths can now go and, free of cost, have their qualification up to level 4. And that in itself is very, very good. And people have to recognize the value of a heart certificate. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but based on my memory, years ago when Canada wanted some more professionals to go into the country, to develop the country, and a number of workers from Jamaica, truck drivers and other persons, left Jamaica, went to Canada. They couldn't get any job. They came back to Jamaica.
Why? Why? I'm trying to remember what happened, but why?
Yes, I'm getting to it. They came back to Jamaica. Pearl Charles was the Minister of Labour at the time, and he sent them to Hart, did a program with Hart. They got their Hart qualification and sent them back to Canada. When the Canadians saw the quality of work that they did with the qualification that they had, because they had no qualification when they went to Canada, right? Because their qualification is important in some areas.
One moment, please.
Okay.
For any project, ABC Electrical Sales has all your electrical supplies at the best prices. 8 Hagley Park Road, Kingston, 754-3714. The time by ABC Electrical Sales is
3:45. Access Financial Services is granting you quick and easy access to loans with a few clicks from your phone. Say hello to convenience and goodbye to long lines. With the new My Access mobile app, you can apply for loans, check loan balances, schedule appointments, and the best part, make payments towards your loan directly from your phone. What are you waiting for? Download the My Access app today. Visit accessfinanceonline.com for more information. Experience the power of easy access with the new My Access mobile app.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, thanks for holding.
You're welcome, Mr. Malcolm.
Yes, you
right. So I was saying that because they were not qualified, so they couldn't get the
qualified or certified.
Well, certified. Thank you. Certified. So they got certified by Hart, and they went back. They returned to Canada and they got jobs. And the quality work that they do in Canada, plus the certification that they have, because the Hart certificate education to be highly recognized in Canada. And so I believe that the young people, whoever can go to hard, they are to make use of this opportunity. The other side of it, though, because the both sides of the story and the other side of the coin is the interest that many of our young people have. Many young people are not interested in formal education. And so I believe that we have to use the media to encourage them, encourage young people. I heard one of your callers say he's going to get 100 young men to go to heart, and that will be a very good thing to do.
Yeah.
So let us together, we try to encourage people to make use of this opportunity to be trained in some areas. Some domestic helpers, or what they call them, they don't call them domestic helpers anymore. They need to have at least maths or at least English, because of the persons they have to talk with. When their employer is not there, there are other persons who come on the compound, come to the house. They have to interact with people. And so we can't take these things lightly. Education is important. Marcus Garvey said, up, ye mighty race, you can accomplish what you will. One of our Jamaican singers, I think it's Professor Nuts, book, or I don't remember who, book on a pressure on a book. If you don't have no education, people treat you like a crook. One Trinidadian Calypso singer says, little black boy, go to school and learn. If you don't have no education, it's important.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just want to encourage people to make use of this opportunity.
Yes, it's one thing for people to just get up and say, why there are no opportunities, day in, day out. And then when the opportunities present themselves, people shy away or just change their mind totally about taking advantage of those opportunities. So if we can encourage more of our young people to engage in productive activities,
right,
and enterprises, then that should help. We can't save all of them, sadly, but we can try to save as many of them as possible.
Right. If we can save one, then that's good. Even if any single one we can save, that.
After all, most, if not all, revolutions or developments in the world have been as a result of one person, just one person.
One can make a difference.
Making a difference, yes.
One person can make a difference. And we look forward to the roads because we need proper roads in the country. We need a road network, good road network.
Well built. Well built road network, not just something that when there's a little rainfall, it is done. It's mashed up.
Right. You see, one of the problem is that nobody investigates the work after it's done. Goes and checks it after it's done in many cases.
Well, if you ask Stephen Shaw of the National Works Agency, he will tell you that they do that.
Well, there's one thing about sending in a bill to say you do and you do it. There are two different things.
Yeah, because there's also a period of time.
What I realize, Sir Malcolm, some of the roads, the super elevation is not correct. And they don't spend enough money to proper do the super elevation of the road and put in the drains and the cross drains, curb wall and channel, and culvert.
Well, if those who haven't been doing that should not be allowed anywhere near a construction site or a roadwork station.
You wonder why some of the roads deteriorate so fast after they are built.
Yeah, some pictures have been circulating online.
Right, and sometimes the subsurface is not proper. So they can put on a surface on it, and then vibration causes it to sink. You have to get into the subsurface, fill it, compact it, and do it properly.
Yeah, that's something that is not done down to a science.
Right.
The business of compacting and just making sure that they from the very core,
Mm-hmm.
right up to the top,
Mm-hmm.
that it is solid, it is firm, it is properly built.
Right, right.
Mm.
And sometimes when they have one grade aggregate, and in that aggregate, let's say they are using a 1/8 aggregate, there is a bigger aggregate in it, just one or two. When the roller goes over it, it's on the road and the roller goes over it, that one doesn't bind into the others.
Oh.
Right, right. So let's say you have some things there, that is 1/8, and then you have a 1 inch one, a ½ inch in it. That one doesn't bind with the others. And so when the asphalt is put on it, there's no binding in it. So once vibration and tires and so get on it, it digs out that one. And that one little one moves away, creates a little rut in the road, and that grows into a pothole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, this is why we need people who are properly trained and experienced to deal with these matters. But as we know in Jamaica, and those involved at all levels will tell you, that you have to make provisions for the man them in the community, the youth man them.
Yeah.
Them have to get some of the work, as they like to say.
Mm-hmm.
So it all well and good if, like a time like this, where there's some freeing up of the process of getting qualified.
Right.
If we are able to, yes, give them and them in other community some work, but let's train them as well in the process.
Train them.
Let's train them.
I remember I was working in an area laying some piezometer wells and doing some piezometer well construction and stuff, and men came to seek work, and what the men came with was just come from prison, and my baby mother, our young baby, want to work. So we need the persons to be trained, get some training, and do the work. And another thing, another side of the story with the road is it costs more to properly super elevate the road and put in the requisite drains and culverts. So if we don't have enough money to spend on the road, we're not going to do it properly.
Yeah, as my late mother would say, if you're going to do it good and done.
Good and done.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts.
Yes, sir. Bless you and
bless
the
you
callers
too.
and everybody. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Take care. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Malcolm, do you know that sometime when someone calls the program and said something and other people will call and say, where he get his information from? He have information.
Who said that?
I'm asking if you know that when someone call and other people will say, where he get his information? He have information.
He who?
The person that called. Let me say something to you. From 1980 to 2000, I work with an agency, a government agency in Canada, and I have the opportunity to talk to Jamaicans. And some things that I heard from these guys, I can't repeat it because no one would ever believe. Sometime I'm on the road and I get a call to report to such and such a place because many times they say they don't understand Jamaican, so I have to go in as an interpreter to tell them what the Jamaican is saying. Sometimes I have to save Jamaican from going to jail because I remember once there was a Chinese guy have a Jamaican passport and he was about to send him to jail because them say, how come a Chinese guy can have Jamaican passport? I was on the road when them called me. And when I went and I began to talk to the guy and I said to them, I said, he's Jamaican. I said, there's a lot of Jamaican Chinese in Jamaica. Save it from go to jail. Mr. Malcolm, some things that people tell you that take place that they do in Jamaica and politicians assist them, you would surprise.
A pity you haven't been able to share that information confidentially.
Right.
With,
I can share it. I can share it and
because you see, it doesn't, it as it is now, the information is useless to us or to the authorities that need to have the information.
Good. Recently, 2019, the same year the virus, I came to Jamaica. I have a little place that I go when I'm feeling lonely because where I stay is me alone there during the day. And I went to this place. Rain was falling. And we was there. I don't go back there from that day. And there was a guy in there confessing. Who is the first politician that put a gun in his hand?
I've heard that story a few times actually.
I was surprised. He was confessing. And
I don't know if it's necessarily the same person or the same thing, but I've heard people say that before.
Yeah, and there was a guy standing out, sitting beside me. The guy said, if I did have family that get shot, I would come back here and shoot up the place. I don't go back there from that day. I don't go back to that place. I stay away from it.
Yeah. So it is.
So you have many people will call in and said something and people will call in. I don't support Jamaica. I don't support no politician in Jamaica. Where I live is 6 political parties. 2 are socialists. Right now the government is a socialist government. One of the minority opposition is a socialist.
Oh, you're talking in Canada?
Right.
Oh.
Those are the people. Whenever time there is budget time, I know the budget, what the budget is going to be before it is public because I am one of the grassroots people. There is an email sent to me with some proposition. I supposed to select what I think is more important to Canadians.
Mm-hmm.
And I will stick them off and say this is more important.
Yeah, that's it. That sounds like a priority list.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you stick off which one you think is more important, and before the government announces budget. We need government in Jamaica like that to go to the people.
This is a subject we have raised over the years. What we have suggested is that these constituencies host town hall meetings, and you do it for starters. You could do it before a general election, for example. So every constituency has at least one town hall meeting, at least one, in a central point in the constituency, and the people of the constituency should get an opportunity to tell the political representatives, and all of them should be present, not just of one political party or another. All of them should be present, and they must hear from the people themselves, from the constituents themselves, what they see as the priorities of, or should be, those items that should be priority areas for the constituency, and take the development process from there. One moment, please.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock.
Playing the game for much too long. And it seems the game I've played has made you strong. But when this game is over, I won't end up the loser. And you know that I'll be walking out again. Oh, yes, you know that I'll be walking out again.
Trapped.
Ooh, yeah.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 4:01. Quelle heure est-il en français? Il est 4:01. 现在 TDN 了4:01分 A minute past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. How about that? Checking in with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, taking your calls, as we said, on 876-922-4112-5. Thanks for holding. Please continue.
Okay, and I think the political party should have a grassroots donation. I don't think they should wait on the big PSOJ, the big corporation to give them money. I think everybody should have the grassroots donation. Who can give $1,000 monthly or weekly? Give it. I think that's the best way for politicians operate.
Well, as long as the process involved is secure, is equitable, is transparent, and all of that, and there are people you can hold accountable, then by all means. But all of those elements are important. Otherwise, people will abuse the process and turn over the cart, essentially.
Yeah, and the PNP party, I don't know what they are all about, because nobody here, if you even try to get to the general secretary, you never get to him. If you call them, you never get to him.
Oh, you have tried?
I tried. I sent email. No one replied. I tried to call him, the opposition once. There was a problem. I want to discuss with him. And I was put on hold, and the person come back and say he's not in office. I said, listen, I'm not calling to a big politician. I do not ask politicians for nothing. I never go to a politician and say, I'm hungry, I need nothing. I don't need nothing from politicians. The only thing I need politicians to do them job.
Yes.
Sounds
like you could write a book based on your experiences here in Jamaica.
Mr. Malcolm, I am older than the two politician parties. I'm here long before them.
Mm-hmm.
I know everything about them. I used to go to both parties. I remember when Buster used to go down to on Spanish Town Road with Grant. I went here.
St. William Grant?
At the time he was there. Who let you sleep in a good bed? And everybody was shouting, you chief. Who let you get good pay when you work? You chief. Who is the political cat in this country? You chief. No, damn fool, my cousin. Nah, man. Who let you eat BRED? And then Grant said to him, chief, you left out the A. He said, BRED. So I am with those people from my youth. I know everything about politics in Jamaica before, because I'm here before both parties formed. I born long before them. And I used to, whether PNP, JLP, I attend the meeting. Living with my aunt on Beeson Street, every Wednesday night, she would take me to group meeting. So I know everything. Politics in Jamaica doesn't, but it changed, because I think if you buy vote, it's corruption. And I think the police should take part. And I'm here. I was offered 5,000. I would never. I don't even have a Jamaican ID, and I was offered $5,000 for what? To vote. So we in Jamaica, we don't know what. Many people in Jamaica know what is going on, but they pretend like they don't know what's going on. When it's their party, everybody jump and habal. I don't support those things. Corruption is corruption, whether it's high or it's low. It's all corruption. It's not just the man that going out there scamming. And I believe the people that send money to these scammers, they are also scammers. Because I don't know. I have get email phone call, I win 4.5 million US dollar, and I must send certain amount of money to process. I said to them, I said, take it out, send the rest to me. Because if I win so much money, why should I send money to you? Take it from it and send the rest to me, and it's gone.
Indeed. Well, as I said, you should write a book based on all your experiences.
When I started my pension, when I stopped work, I go on the computer and started, and then I stopped and start to do research on the Bible to see if the Bible was really truthful and things. So that's where I stopped, because when I went and did begin to do certain research and find out that the Bible was just a fiction. I don't know.
Oh, you have read it and that's what you have come away with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't know, when you read something, whenever time anybody come to me concerning the Bible, and I said to them, do you believe in a man kidnapping a woman and rape them and kill them? Do you support it? That's the first question I asked them. And when I asked them that question, they asked me why. I said, I give them the verse. I said, go read this verse. I remember I was standing at my gate, and 4 people came down and said they want to talk to me. I said, do you know the Bible more than me? And them said, yeah. I said, all right. Do you support rapists, kidnapping, and killing of women? I said, it's all in the Bible. I said, here is the verse. And them read it, stand upright under the mango tree, read it, and said, we'll come back to talk to you. I said, no, because I know the Bible more than you.
All right, to be continued. Let's leave it there for now. Thank you very much for the call. Take care. Your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. We have Mr. Crosburn on this side at 5 minutes, 46 seconds. Somebody longer than that? 16 minutes. Sorry about that. Let's go to that person who has been holding for 16 minutes. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for calling. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm.
Yes, welcome.
I hear that. And I good while I was telling about writing a book. But I don't think it will be a bestseller, you know.
How do you know that?
Now then, when I hear the man tell us, who gets scam are in fact scammers. If you scam people who is engaged and become sinners, they can't really be that faulted. Because their sanity is not intact. Anyhow, what he was saying about heart and training and drivers in Canada, we have that program in Jamaica under the Heart Trust, whereby a lot of drivers are trained and they go to Canada and other countries on a regular basis. And in Jamaica, it's not that we lack training facility. It's really on the part of people to grasp it. If you look recently, you have seen where you have the accreditation program whereby you can get certification if you have the necessary knowledge in a particular field, but you don't have the necessary documentation in terms of certification to back it up. You can go through a process. And what I found interesting about that report from the Heart Trust anniversary thing the other day, I see here in St. Thomas, not even one person was certified.
Okay.
Would you believe that you have a situation like that in Jamaica?
Well, anything is possible. This is Jamaica.
In an entire parish, you know, not even one saw the relevance of upgrading their skill under the certification program. And then they will tell you that when they go on site, they should get equivalent amount of money as people who come from foreign in comparison to the Chinese that
No, that's why
are
we
very good at the work that they do.
no, that's why we said what we said earlier on. I don't know if you heard it, but
No, I didn't
we're
hear it
making
in
the
the first
point that
part, but that is the dilemma with
that
people in Jamaica.
that we need to have some kind of a confab involving the trade unionists, the Jamaica Employers Federation, and related organizations to once and for all set some standards in terms of training, qualification, certification, and pay scales, pay systems, so that we move away from we're just giving a man of money to do a thing to a professional, legitimate, bona fide transaction, which does not leave the individuals involved worse off.
Because when you talk to many people out here that engage in such work, especially when it comes to construction, them tell us that they know the work and they know everything. And they want a certain level of salary, but if you don't have papers to show that you are qualified in that area, you are not going to attract what you expect to get.
Yeah, well, in some instances, experience does count for something, and that too can be tested and certified on location, on the job.
You have on-the-job training, and that was what Hart was intended for. And the Hart Trust was the brainchild of Mr. Siaga. And it was so good that the Barbados government asked the Jamaican government for advice as to how.
Well, before that, there was a story of the great Robert Lightburn, who took Jamaicans. Yeah, he's the one responsible for the industrialization of Jamaica, and part of the development was to take Jamaicans to England, where the Industrial Revolution was at a high, and exposing them to the kind of training and systems and processes and mechanisms, etc., to be able to come back to Jamaica and apply that which they were taught, that which they experienced, that which they studied, etc. That's one sure way that made a difference back then in terms of qualifying our people. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15. Dr. Jackie Campbell is on call this and every Wednesday evening at 8 with Powering Your Health. Powering Your Health is Power 106 FM's flagship program dedicated to health and wellness. Your one-stop place to power a healthy lifestyle. How can we help you to power your health? You can reach the show anytime by calling 876-922-41125 or by sending a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598. Brought to you by Benson Pharmacy and Wellington Dental. That's Powering Your Health. Powerful health and wellness discussion and interaction. This and every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Only on Power 106 FM.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 4:16. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4:16. 现在TDN 了4点16分. 16 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done your homework yet? Yes, young people, we know it's a Friday, but you know what we always say? Have some fun doing the homework now so you can have some more fun this weekend. How about that? And as we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable, education makes you trainable, training makes you employable, and the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. Good afternoon to Janet Constable. Thank you very much for joining us. Greetings to you. Inez Ayona Campbell says, blessed love, Sir Dervan and viewers. After a long day at work, relaxing with, let's just say, her favorite beverage. And then she has work again tomorrow. All the best. You continue to be safe, Inez Ayona Campbell. Velta Wilson in St. Thomas. Good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for tuning in. And let's go back to the caller. Thanks for holding.
Yes, Sir Malcolm, and that was why you have factories like Goodyear in St. Thomas and a whole heap across Spanish Town in the St. Catherine Belt here. But with the socialist experiment of the 1920s, closure of many of those factories. And that is why it is important in terms of the ideology of government.
Well, I don't know how widespread that was, and I haven't been exposed to the list of businesses that closed. Hold on, businesses that closed, or to be able to inquire into why did they close and all of that. So,
Calviert and many other factories. In the Spanish Town here alone, you have about 29 factories that were located within certain sections of St. Catherine. And in Kingston, Montego Bay, all about, many factories disappeared. We have to have factories in order to create employment. Because even right now, you hear furor about how much additional taxes are being created. These factories, these taxes accrue because you have more people being employed, hence government being able to collect more taxes in those areas. So it's a chain reaction, and that is why ideology is very important, because we see some people talking about socialism again, you know. And they say that they are going to present their manifesto, but I hope they will put it out here early so that the people can peruse it and see exactly what they are embarking on.
And they are free so to do.
Of course, and the people should know exactly what they are being called into so that they are not hoodwinked.
Nobody can hoodwink you without your permission.
Well, they could try it with me because I'm intelligent enough. But many people are gullible and they will accept things that are not going to be in their interest in the long run. Because they say long run, short catch. But when you look at it and you mark it down, me tell you, even with what you see going on in the teaching profession.
What's going on in the teaching profession?
You will soon see it unfold in terms of the 70s where you have a radical union out here, the communist farm called the National Union of Democratic Teachers.
What about people looking out for their best interest? Is it possible that that's what they're doing? Is that a possibility that they're looking after their own interests, personal and family? All right, that sounds like things have changed in your background. I'm not sure what is happening there.
There's always a nice in the background. All right, I'll call you back when more conducive in terms of better reception.
All right, thank you for the call. Take care.
Yeah, all right.
Bye-bye. Your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-411-225. Let's take David Crosburn, who has been holding for a little while, 18 minutes. and 13 seconds, and then we come back to another interview. All right. Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Crosburn. How are you?
A pleasant good afternoon to you and all your listeners.
Thank you. Welcome.
Okay. Just a note on the tree planting issue. I think it's a very noble idea that can bring a lot of luster to our country. What we need, however, to do.
What aspect? Bring us all into the loop, and give us the genesis of the point that you're raising.
Yes. Concerning the tree planting initiative that was announced in the recent budget and previously.
Announced by the Prime Minister or the Finance Minister?
The Prime Minister mentioned that
yes,
on top of the tree for each Jamaican that was previously announced. And there will be an initiative now to plant 10,000 trees.
Yes. Over what time period?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But what my thinking on it is that what we need to do is to scale up the trees to add luster to it, to the program. For example, there's a lot of discussion now that's saying we should bring back civics in our schools and so on and so forth. What we are not doing, in my view, Dervan, we are not teaching the way that we should, the way that our people could grasp things in an easier way. Civics, in my view, should now be moved from civics to applied civics. Similarly, mathematics, our people are deficient in mathematics by way strictly how it is taught. So I'm saying, by planting these trees, just don't plant 10,000 trees. Go and earmark each one of the 10,000 soldiers. Each one of the tree should be given to each one of the 10,000 soldiers that died that volunteered for World War I. So it would give us more meaning and more everybody and a bigger buy-in by everyone. For example, the 10,000 soldiers that volunteered for World War I. This generation does not know much about them, and we do not know the value that they brought to the whole world development. For example, when the 10,000 soldiers from Jamaica volunteered, we and Jamaica and New Zealand were the only volunteers. And we did that from a population of about 800,000 Jamaicans coming not far from slavery. We had 800,000 at the start of the war, and Jamaican 10,000 of those persons volunteered and went to war. When they returned from the war in England, they had was to work and pay England 60,000 per year for 40 years. Where in Jamaica can you go and see some monument or something tangible to say this is our contribution to World War I? So in the trees, you could have varying parts that tell the whole story of Jamaica. And to bring out these important contributions that our country has made.
Sounds
Are
like
you with
we're
me?
sounds like we're going to need some help from you to lead that charge.
I think you will do a better job, Dervan. I will make whatever contribution I can, and I would certainly take, for example, they plan to plant, say, from King's House down to
Halfway tree.
No, Tamarican. Those trees should, for example, each tree should be properly labeled and tell the fulsome story about the tree. Example, an ackee tree. We have lost completely our connection to the ackee. Only recently, we heard in Manchester where some people died from ackee.
Yes.
My grandfather told me where he was born up in the Linstead area. He told me that when the time is very dry, you cannot joke with the ackee when you see drought and dry time. Don't fool around it. It will mature before. It will give you the impression that it is mature, but it is not mature.
You have,
to be
and this has been tried, tested, and proven to be so.
Yes, you have to be very careful.
No, but what I'm trying to get at is where could we find data on this particular side of the ackee?
Well, there's a lady, I can't remember her name, but she did some extensive work at the University of the West Indies.
How long ago? Are you talking about what's her name now from Westmoreland, Jamaican, who was the first? She was the one who was diagnosed the vomit. Essentially discovered why they had the vomiting sickness back then, and she was the one.
It's glycine, the high glycine.
Right. So she was the one who made that discovery. Why am I not remembering her name now? Sorry.
I'm glad you bring that lady in the picture, but I was speaking of another one. I can't, her name escapes me at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Her body, yeah. But, right, a part of what escaped our present generation with the preparation of the ackee is that it has to be properly prepared. You cannot fool around the preparation of the ackee, and it's best when you cook it with something else, like the saltfish or some other.
Her name is Dr. Cicely Williams. Not only Jamaica's first female doctor, but also a pioneer of maternal and child health globally. Dr. Cicely Williams. She's originally from Westmoreland. One moment, please.
Yes.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30. It's here. It's there. It's everywhere. It's OneSpotMedia.com. Watch your favorite local program or listen to your favorite radio station from anywhere in the world on your tablet, smartphone, or personal computer. Download the app now and keep up to date with your favorite local programs on TVJ. Check us out at OneSpotMedia.com. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook.com/OneSpotMedia, and subscribe now. OneSpotMedia.com. Yes, you see that somewhere I have found the key.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5:29. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5:29. 现在几点了？5点加29分。29 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Let's see if we can bring the discussion with Mr. Crosburn to a close so we make way for another scheduled interview. Yes, sir. So it was Dr. Cicely Williams, Dr. the Honorable Cicely Williams, OM, Jamaica's first female doctor, a pioneer of maternal and child health globally. And right, so that's how did we get there? Talking about the Aki. But I just wanted to know from you whether there was a source that spelled it out in the way you were saying that in the dry season, be careful of the Aki, that kind of thing.
In part, the lady from UWI, when next I remember her name, I inform you. But my personal experience, I operated a canteen by the Boye Road Program.
Bouygues Travaux Publics.
Yeah. I operated the canteen in Linstead, on the leg from Linstead to Monique. And the chef, a lot of Akis, the workers love Aki for breakfast. But the chef protected his profession. He said, "Sir, 5 of us was involved in running the canteen. 5 persons was it. And the chef would not allow anyone else to touch the Aki but himself. Because he said he wanted to be responsible to know that the preparation is okay."
That's a very brave man.
Exactly. Yeah, you wouldn't, anyone else, no one else but him. 10 does Naki, 15 does Naki. He sit there and ensure that it is properly, because the persons have the aptitude to want to sell the immature ones, you know. But chef knows how to go about it and look about it. I just give that as an example.
Yes.
A similar thing could be done with the breadfruit tree and all the plants to just tell the Jamaican.
There is a book on the breadfruit. There's a book on the breadfruit, and there is a big book on all the foods, Jamaican foods, so to speak, all of the things that we eat. There's a big book. I have a copy of that as well. So there's a lot. Sorry, go ahead.
Just in wrapping up, so my thinking is that at different intervals on the road, on the highway, you could have something like a kisak, which tells the full story of it. I'm telling you, Dervan, is a lot of income those sort of initiatives can bring in and change the whole perspective of Jamaica. I have had the opportunity of traveling to Mississippi, down to Gulfport, Mississippi, and they had a tree planting initiative for a special tree that was brought. They did the germination. I'll tell you more about it another time.
All
I
right.
don't want to take any more time.
Sure.
But it was exciting and very productive down in Mississippi what I witnessed there. Okay then, and all the very best.
You too. Thanks for sharing. Take care.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Let's go to our scheduled interview now with the president of the Lions Club of Mona, Ms. Sharon Hastings, who is going to be telling us about a very important event that's happening tomorrow, Saturday, the 18th of March, between 10 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon. Hello, good afternoon, Ms. Hastings. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm very well, thank you. And you?
I'm fine, thanks. Thank you so much for joining us.
Wonderful.
Right. Can you, first of all, give us an idea of the nature and extent of the work that the Lions Club of Mona have been doing in service to the community?
Yes, the Lions Club of Mona, we have been doing quite a lot of work throughout the communities, not just the communities in Mona, but throughout Kingston, St. Andrew. Our main focus is on vision. We do vision testing, and we provide glasses, reading glasses, or we'll do referral that they can take it to Jamaica Society for the Blind to get glasses. We also cover other health issues like blood pressure testing, sugar testing, BMI, and we cover a wide span. We help schools around the area by doing a kitchen garden, and do the irrigation system for them. So we can provide.
Sorry to cut you, but is the irrigation has the irrigation? Have you had to call into service the irrigation system in the recent drought that we've been experiencing before the latest showers of rain?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Has been going quite good. So we plant like pak choy, carrot, callaloo, and all that, and that is used. They cook it for the children that comes during the day, and the staff. So that has been going well for our environment.
Yes.
We also cover other issues like, for instance, we just finished at the school in St. Mary that we refurbished their computers to help at the school. We cover several other areas.
It's a lot of work.
Hunger, lots of work.
Yeah.
Hunger. We cover hunger as well.
Yes.
Like for Church and Ascension, every month we have a soup kitchen, and we provide meals in collaboration with Church of Ascension for over 100 people around the community. We also have a few homes, girls' homes, that we help as well to provide meals and clothing and so forth. So it's wide. It's very wide.
Yes. And what can you tell us then with respect to, I mean, that you're already doing a lot of work and you're taking on more work as far as tomorrow in particular is concerned between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. What is that all about?
Okay, so we do have a lot of health fairs throughout the year. We go to schools as well, and we test the children's eye. And trust me, believe you me, quite a lot of children, they're actually not seeing, so they're having problems to see the board, and so we get their eyes tested and they get referral and glasses and all that. But for tomorrow, tomorrow is a major health fair that we're having in collaboration with Church on the Rock. So all the areas around, like Cassava Peace, Big Yard, and all those areas around our communities, we're inviting them to come, and we'll be doing blood pressure testing. We'll be doing
blood sugar
testing, blood sugar, BMI, and then we have other sponsors who are joining with us as well. So we have.
So these are corporate entities or individuals, other organizations. Feel free to call the names by all means.
Okay, RGB. So they'll be coming, and of course, you for death certificate, birth certificate, marriage certificate. They'll be there. You can register and get all that. They'll be dealing with that. Stay the same time at a good rate, and that can be done. We'll be having people dealing with bills. We'll be having the Diabetic Association coming to give talks on diabetes. And trying to remember most of them.
I know it's a long list of activities.
It's a very long list.
Yes.
It's a very long list. We have sponsors because in collaboration with the church, we're going to have a lot of volunteers, because although it's a Lions Club of Mona, because it's a big event, we have also invited other Lions Club around the area, Lions Club from Spanish Town, downtown, New Kingston, to help us with this.
Yes.
Right? So We're expecting between 150 to 200 persons to attend tomorrow.
And
So,
yes, and with respect to the work, the partners, as I said, you can feel free if there are, sponsors, other
okay.
entities
So,
that are involved. Yes.
okay. So you have HIV, AIDS, they're coming, the association, the van, the mobile van.
Mm-hmm.
So they will be doing testing and all that.
Okay.
And we'll also be having counseling, church building counseling for people, going through stuff,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
personal things. So that we'll be having counseling. So it's an all-day affair, and we're excited about it, and we're looking forward to see all these people coming. So we're ready for them.
All right. Can you, just for emphasis, and so just in case there are those just tuning in and unfamiliar with what we've been talking about in the last 7 minutes or so, can you locate the venue for us? Where?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, that's fine. Okay, so it's Church on the Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Church on the Rock is located at 7 Clifton Drive. That's off of Cassava Peace. You can get there either on Constant Spring Road, where you have the police officers, the police
police station.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Constant Spring
right
Police.
There.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you pass by Maclet and come up and turn the first left at the stoplight there onto Cassava Peace. Pass the police station on the right. Go through Cassava Peace, and it's the first left turn, and you go up the hill. Or you can enter from Mannings Hill Road, and when you pass Midway Mall, it's the first right onto Cassava Peace. That's the entrance there, and the first right turn. You go up the hill, straight up the hill, and it leads to the church. Now there are two buildings there. The one to the left, the first one, that's the older church building, which we call Nazareth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where everything will be hosting.
Oh, nice.
Right.
And this is from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon.
Yes, it's 10. It's actually 10 to 3, but normally you have people coming late.
Yes.
So we
you have made provisions for them.
Mm-hmm. Right. Once
Okay.
they're there.
Right.
So we cater for everybody.
Well, we want to
all welcome.
Absolutely, we want to encourage as many people as possible in the communities surrounding Church on the Rock. What are some of the other areas you were calling? People from Constant Spring Road, Cassava Peace.
Yes, Big Yard is the community.
Yes.
That is right off Mannings Hill Road. So we're covering all those areas and the adjoining areas. Anybody is listening right now, they don't live in the area, but they can come and get their eyes tested. It's free. Everything is free.
And all the other medical checks that you mentioned already. Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All the other medical checks.
Excellent. And I would say, are you going to refresh them as well? Or is that stepping up, going a little too far?
We're not able to refresh the visitors.
But the participants.
To refresh the volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
So due to these parties, Mr. Dukichin,
yes.
he's doing that part of it, and the church will be doing like sandwiches, and we provide water and drinks and so forth. But normally when we have health fairs, we don't really cater for the people that come. So just
right.
the people that works there.
Understood.
It will be good, but we can't afford it.
Absolutely. Well,
but it will be wonderful, because
yes.
sometimes we how we get our funding, we have
yes.
like.
Hold on, don't move. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:46 on Power 106. We're just about wrapping our conversation with Ms. Sharon Hastings. She's the president of the Lions Club of Mona, giving us a preview of a collaborative effort, Lions Club of Mona and the Church on the Rock, an outreach effort. It's a health fair starts at 10 in the morning, goes on till 3. But if you're still there just after, then, or you get there towards the end, they'll try and fit you in before 4 o'clock. And right, Ms. Hastings, I think you are in the process of giving us an idea of where you get the cash from to care.
Oh, yes, yes. We do a lot of fundraising, you know. Sometimes they're successful, not so successful sometimes. We do like fish fries or luncheons, and we do plays, you know, to get the funding.
Yes.
So we really don't have, say,
you don't have a lot, but like the widow's mite, you are making the most
right,
of the little you've got.
right, right.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody out there wants to help and sponsor with our, you know, help the land stuff, not necessarily just land stuff or Mona,
Mm-hmm.
because we do a lot of work and we really don't have entities like saying giving us money. We may write them, but you know, it's not very fruitful all the time.
Yes.
But we try to do as much as we can with the fundraising, and from that we use it because it's very costly to buy the strips when you're doing the cholesterol test and all that. It's very
Yes.
costly.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we have to find the money for that. Even sometimes the very members have to take money out of their pockets. But this is what lands are about. We serve and we care.
That's
so
right.
We are all about that. So, you know, with God's help, we'll meet it, you know.
Yes.
But I'm looking forward for tomorrow, and yeah, it's going to be a great day.
Yes.
And we're very happy to be able to help the community in whatever way we can.
Well, we're happy that you are who you are and you do what you do because you do it well. We want to congratulate you and the other members of the team, your volunteers, your contributors, etc., for supporting this initiative, and grow not weary in well doing. And and we wish you all a successful event.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate all that you're doing, and we want to say a big thank you for covering us for that. And we hope that with this, we can get to spread a bit more so more people can benefit. So thank you also for your help as well. We do appreciate it.
Well, it's the least we can do. You are the ones doing the heavy lifting. We feel privileged to be able to share your story with Jamaica and the rest of the world. Thank you so much.
Right, and feel free if you want to come, you can come as well.
Absolutely, but chances are I'll be working just like you. So
okay. Well, nevertheless, thank you so much. God bless you.
Bless you too. Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Ms. Sharon Hastings, President of the Lions Club of Mona, giving us a preview of tomorrow's health fair taking place at 7 Clifton Drive. And the Church on the Rock is a good landmark for you, Church on the Rock. And the Lions Club of Mona and the Lions overall, coming from different clubs, will be playing their part as well and volunteering, etc. It promises to be a useful and fruitful day. We encourage those who need that kind of intervention, those medical checks, etc. Please take advantage of this health fair, 7 Clifton Drive, and we wish them all the best in this event. It's a health fair. Take advantage of the opportunity to get a checkup. There's more, and I think we have time to take some more of your calls. 876-922-4112-5 are the numbers to call. Hello to Faye Weller. She says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and listeners. I'm here busy listening. That's good to know. Dukey Nani says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. I'm enjoying your discussion. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Dukey Nani, I believe, is in Panama. He used to work here at Power 106 FM. And he is, last time I checked, that's where he was. I would imagine he's still there in Panama. Let's go to the phone lines once again. 876-922-4112. 411-225. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Mr. Dervan.
Good afternoon.
Yes, a long time I'm holding. I heard a gentleman spoke about he read the Bible and he saw in it murdering and raping.
Yes.
And what he believed then that things in the Bible is not right.
Yes.
But I would like to tell him that what is in the Bible is written by inspired men. And everything is in the Bible. Psalm 119 verse 89 said, thy word is settled in heaven, O Lord. So if he read the Bible and he see raping and murdering, that is not right. The Bible is telling you that those things are not right. You see? Because there are things in the Bible in Galatians chapter 5, verse 19 to 21. It tells you everything that a man should not do. That is not right. Right? Galatians 5, 20, verse 19 to 21 tells about the works of the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So if you see in the Bible murder and raping, that is not right. The Bible is telling you that those things are not right.
Yes.
So if he read in the Bible so long and he is able, according to what he was saying, he knows both Samanti and all those men, he should really know the Bible and know that he should do the right thing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He should accept the right thing. So I am letting him to know that he must ask God to give him knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And wisdom. That if he wants to preach the Bible, he should ask God to give him wisdom and knowledge,
yes.
right? Because wisdom and knowledge comes from God. So don't see anything in the Bible that you believe that is wrong. The Bible is the true word. The true word. So
all right.
That is my little word for the time being.
No, we appreciate the call. Thank you very much for calling and all the best.
Okay.
Take care. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Duke Nani confirms that he is, in fact, in Panama City in Panama. That's good to know. Good to know you're still there and still doing what you do. Dookie Nani. You wouldn't know him by that name, but he used to work at Power 106 FM. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaner's website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And taking your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5, 876-922-4112 to 5. Quickly, a couple of stories, no doubt you will learn more of in the news coming up. Just a teaser, gun found in barrel at Mobay warehouse. That's one of the stories trending right now on the Jamaica-Gleaner.com website. Also, actor Lance Reddick, The Wire and John Wick star, dies at 60. Lance Reddick, a character actor who specialized in intense, icy, and possibly sinister authority figures on TV and film, including The Wire, Fringe, and the John Wick franchise. Condolences. 4 men charged over robberies in Portland. That's a follow-up story. Stop order imposed on St. Catherine man accused of failed car deal. Khadija Shaw, Andre Blake earned CONCACAF Player of the Year nominations. Man shot and killed, another injured on Wynwood Road. And ICC, that's the International Criminal Court, issues arrest warrant for Putin over Ukraine war crimes. Let's see how all of those stories will unfold. In the meantime, let's thank you very much for your indulgence, and thank you for making it both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Friday, the 17th of March, 2023. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on. Nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, both sides of the story returns Monday afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
Seems like I've been playing the game for much too long. And it seems the game I played has made you strong. But when this game is over, I'm only left the loser. And you know that I'm walking out again. Oh, yes, you know that I'll be walking out again. I'm gonna try. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna try. Oh, yeah. It seems like I am falling in your trap again. And it seems like I'm wearing the same old thing. But when this game is over, I won't end up the loser. And you know that I'll be walking out again. Oh, yes, you know that I'll be walking out again. Try. Ooh, yeah. 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 And I'm taking a try. Ooh, yeah. Try. Ooh, yeah. Try. Ooh, yeah.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
You